It's here first from IPR News. I'm Megan McKinney. The mayor of Palo is showing support for Google's plans for a data center, and lawmakers are considering some towing regulations. It's Wednesday, March 25th. Three candidates have been removed from Iowa's primary election ballot. IPR's Katerina Sostarek reports the state objection panel will meet again today to resolve a challenge to a candidate for governor.
The panel will reconvene to decide whether Republican candidate for governor Eddie Andrews can stay on the ballot. Xavier Kerrigan won't appear on the Democratic primary ballot for Iowa's 3rd congressional district. A panel of 3 top state officials determined Kerrigan didn't submit enough signatures to qualify. That leaves Senator Sarah Trone-Garriott as the only Democrat running in the 3rd district. 2 state house candidates were also kicked off the ballot for insufficient signatures: Democrat Jared Gadsden and Republican Eric Pearson. Secretary of State Paul Pate leads the objection panel.
When you're doing nomination papers, a lot of hard work goes into it. You've got a lot of volunteers who are out there doing things to help you get on the ballot, but you have to do your due diligence too.
Senator Mike Busolo will be on the ballot after surviving a challenge. I'm Katerina Sostarek, IPR News.
The mayor of Palo, just outside Cedar Rapids, says Google's plans for a new data center in the area is an opportunity for his city. IPR's James Kelly reports from a town hall held last night.
Mayor Brian Bush says Google has been upfront in discussions with the city so far, and he wants Palo to be a good partner. It comes after Google announced it wanted to build a data center on land annexed into the city rather than building it in unincorporated Lynn County. Palo resident Ann Brown says Google stands to gain from building in the city since the county has an ordinance regulating data center development and the city currently does not.
There is absolutely no way that this big successful company did that unless they thought or knew they would get a better deal with Palo than they did with Lynn County. There's no reason.
Mayor Bush says the city will lean on much of the work Lynn County did in drafting an ordinance of its own that will protect the Palo community. I'm James Kelly, IPR News.
Republicans in the Iowa Senate have passed a bill that would raise the tax on HMO health insurance plans, sending it to the governor's desk for her signature. The bill would temporarily raise the tax paid by insurance companies on HMOs from less than 1% to 3.5%. Governor Kim Reynolds and other GOP leaders say this will let the state tap into more federal funds to help cover the state's Medicaid budget deficit. Democrats say the tax hike will be passed on to Iowans and businesses in the form of higher health insurance premiums when people are already struggling to afford health care. The bill also includes an additional $90 million for Medicaid this fiscal year, and it would draw $350 million from the Taxpayer Relief Fund to cover part of the state's overall budget deficit. Towing companies would have to give notice to car owners sooner under a bill advanced by a Senate panel. The companies would have to notify the owner of the car within 10 days of towing instead of 20. People would also have 20 days to reclaim their car or any items in the car rather than the current window time of 10 days. Republican Senator Mike Busolo of Ankeny says the bill would add more consumer protections.
Making sure you have access to your personal property if you're not getting that car out right away is critically important. And ensuring that timelines are clear and met for all involved is important.
The bill is now eligible for debate in the Senate. Busolo says there will likely be more amendments. You're listening to Here First from IPR. I'm Megan McKinney. Thanks for listening today, and have a great Wednesday.